do, we're going to make an inscribed angle using using GeoGebra. So the way you do that is where's my GeoGebra? Go away. Go away. So where's GeoGebra? Add it. Oh, there it is. Boom, boom. So first, click off here, or make it bigger. Click over here so you have geometry, or however, so that you have kind of a blank screen. Yes? No? And then let's go ahead and set up in your option, is it tools? No, options. Go ahead and set up labeling and say all new objects. All new objects. I think maybe we should do new points. Let's do new points only. New points only. Okay? And then also in the options, set the rounding to 1 decimal place. You guys with me there? Hello? Yeah? No? All right. So now we're going to make a circle. So all you have to do is grab this and this tool, the first one up here, circle with center through point. If you have a Mac, it works a little bit differently, but there's a circle. Yes? Now what we're going to do is we are going to make, what are we going to do? We're going to make, first I'm going to make the central angle. So I'm just going to take this segment tool. That's what I'm going to do. Segment tool. And I just want to see something. Don't start yet. I want to make sure it goes to here to here. There. Make a segment with a point on the circle, and make a segment with a point on the circle like that. Okay? You guys there? Yes? No? Maybe? Okay. Now what we're going to do is we are going to make an inscribed angle. So from these same points, C and D, whatever they are, whatever you're labeled, you're going to make a segment from point C, or this top point, to that, you want to make sure it, edit, undo. You want to make sure that point touches the circle, or so that it snaps to the circle, like that, okay? And then you're going to do this, and make this snap to that point. You guys got that? You got something that looks like that? Yes? No? Maybe? Hello? All right. So, so now what I'm going to do, I just want to drag it and make sure everything stays. I don't want to be, now I want to drag things around, okay? And see, so see that that stays a central angle, and this stays an inscribed angle. Yes? And I can move all those points. Can you do that to your picture? Hello? Yeah? So now what I want you to do is to measure this angle CAD, or whatever the central angle is. So you're going to go measure. So where is it? This thing right here. Angle. And remember, when you're measuring angles, you have to go clockwise, and the middle point has to be the vertex. So if I want to measure this angle here, I'm going to go click, 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 and it's going to tell me the measure of that central angle. Okay? And then I'm going to go click, 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 and measure that angle. Okay? You guys all have something that looks kind of like that? Yeah? No? Okay. So now, drag those points around, okay? Drag around those endpoints, this one and this one and this one, and see if you can tell me a relationship between the central angle and the inscribed angle. See if you could figure out a relationship between the central angle there and the inscribed angle. Audience. So if you drag this around, right, drag this point around. No matter how I drag it, 3367. Drag this point, 3367. Drag this over here, 3367, and make this angle bigger, like 90 degrees. Then this is going to be 45, and so on. So this angle here is always half of that. Okay. So another way to say that. Where is that? Chapter 6, conjecture sheet, is that C60. And this is a really important one to know. Okay? And that conjecture says that, okay, the measure of an angle inscribed in a circle is half the measure of the central angle. Something's wrong with my Mobi board. It doesn't write very neatly anymore. I think that's me though. Is half the measure of the central angle and the intercepted arc. So you could draw in a little picture if it helps you, like do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and you could say, you could kind of draw an example. If this is 60 degrees, then this is going to be how many degrees? 30, right? And also this arc right here is 60 degrees. The measure of that arc as well as 60 degrees. Easy enough? Easy enough. Okay. So we're going to move back to our picture, okay? And now what I want you to do is draw another, using this same picture, okay? So you don't have to, whoops, what happened? Where did it go? Using this same picture, drag your vertex so your picture kind of looks like that, okay? Now do another inscribed angle, okay, from those same two endpoints, okay? So I'm gonna take my segment tool again, and I'm gonna go from here. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. I want to take edit, undo. I want to get my segment tool. Cancel. Segment tool. No. How come it's not letting me draw a segment? Segment. I'm going to draw a segment. Why is it? I'm not so. Segment. 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 Let's see if that works. There we go. And draw another inscribed angle from here to a point on your circle, and then from here to this vertex, okay? And then measure this other angle right there, okay? So measure this angle. My angle is angle F, or DFC over here. You can call it what you want, but I'm going to get my angle, and I'm going to measure it. Angle. Let's make sure it's measuring it. Angle. And then I'm going to go clockwise again. Measure, measure. There. What do you notice about those two angles right there? They're the same. Okay? And if I drag them around, doesn't matter how they drag them, look at that. This one and that one are still the same. And even if I squish this, are these two still the same? Yes. Okay? So now you can, and the reason for that is kind of obvious, right? Because, right, if this is half of its intercepted arc, and this is also half of its intercepted arc, since they're intercepting the same arc, they both have to be equal to each other, right? Okay? And so you can now say that. Where did my conjecture sheet go? There it is. Okay? So, so in this one, C61, you could write inscribed angles intercepting arcs. Inscribed angles that intercept the same arc are congruent. Okay? Congruent. And if it helps you to draw in a little picture there, that would be good. So you can do something like this, and this, and this, and this, and you can say something like, if I call this angle 1 and angle 2, angle 1 congruent to angle 2. Okay? You ready to do the next one? Let's do the next one. Okay, let's start a new drawing on, let's try a new drawing on GeoGebra. So, go ahead. Let's get rid of this one, or we can just go File, New, okay? And don't save. So we're going to make a new drawing. In my case, I have to reset this up again and choose Geometry. Doesn't want to click Geometry. And draw a new circle. And then we're going to make a diameter through this circle, okay? And the only way I could figure out how to make a diameter is to make a radius. Is that how? Yeah. Make a radius first, okay? So, because I want to make sure it goes through the center, okay? So I'm going to make a radius first by going from the center to the circle, okay? And then maybe there's a better way. Oh well. I'm going to make a radius, and then from here, how am I going to do this? I'm going to make, there's probably a better way to do this, but I'm going to make a line that goes from this point through this point. See, wait. Edit, undo. Edit, undo. I'm going to make a line. Let's make a ray, okay? So take your ray tool, okay? And when you make a ray, go from here through this point, right? You understand what I did there? Okay? And click, and now this ray, other than if it stops here, will be a diameter. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a point and put the point right here, okay? And then I'm going to draw a segment on top of this ray. There's probably an easier way to do this, but this is kind of the way I figured it out. So I'm going to draw a segment from here to here, and then I'm going to hide this ray. So I'm going to go over here to Show Hide Object, and I'm going to click on this, and then I'm going to click on arrow. Boom. And now you should have a circle with a diameter. Let's see. Oh, cool. Whoa. Did you guys get that? How many of you guys, who's having trouble making that? You got it to circle with a diameter? Yes? Okay, so now what I want you to do is make an inscribed angle with the endpoints of that inscribed angle on the diameter. So in other words, I'm going to take a segment and I'm going to go from here to here, and then from here to here. So you have something that looks kind of like a right triangle. Okay? So you want this inscribed angle to have its endpoints on that diameter. Now I'm going to measure this angle. Boom. You guys go ahead and measure that angle. Measure that angle. This angle up here. Okay? What does it look like, this angle? Uh-oh, did I go the wrong way? I went clockwise. No. I want to measure this angle from here to here to here. You get that? What kind of angle is it?
Right angle.
Why is it a right angle?
It's 90 degrees.
Yeah, it's 90 degrees, but what's kind of, yeah, that's right. But what's kind of cool about this, right? If I drag this point around, which I can do, okay, no matter where I drag this, what's that angle always? It's always 90 degrees. Anyone tell me why that's true? Why is that true? Based on what we just learned in the first conjecture. Go ahead, Ryan.
So I guess you could technically consider the diameter to be a central angle. So then the 90 would be half of that.
Yeah, because this could be a 180 degree angle. You could think of that as a 180 degree angle. So this would be half. The other thing, how much is this arc? 180, right? So this is going to be half of that intercepted arc, right? Which is 90. So no matter, it's kind of cool, right? No matter how you inscribe an angle in a semicircle, that angle is always going to be 90 degrees, which is kind of cool. So we're going to write that down. C62. Okay. So let's see if I can grab this to make it better. Please capture new page. So angles inscribed in a semicircle, okay, are what kind of angles? Right angles, okay? Right angles. So if it helps you draw a picture, this, here, no matter where I put that inscribed angle, that angle there is always going to be 90 degrees. Okay? Kind of cool, I think. Okay, what's the next one? Let's pause. Oh, we're not going to pause. Let's pause. Problems. There's kind of a lot of problems, and they're all good ones. So I'll let you get started for the next 15 minutes. But the other thing I have for you is kind of using a lot of these conjectures, the big circle puzzle. So let's say that you could try to get it done for Thursday, but if you want to have till Friday, you can turn it in on Friday. Okay? So you do have to do this in addition to the bookwork. Okay? I think I updated this book. I'll have to see what's messed up on the store sheet. You can do whichever one you want first. Thank you. Anna, you're so lonely back here. You want to go sit there or something? You would go sit next to mine? Oh, I don't want it. You like the back? Oh, my Schoology code. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Schoology code is, that'll give me a chance to fix the, hold on. Schoology code is, I'm still recording? Don't tell me that I forgot to record. There, you can see that. Now,